expect my award tomorrow. And when you see I do that,
Them can't stop you, Andrew. You can't stop you. Who God bless no man curse.
but I leave
Exactly.
you alone because you're one miserable human being. You are one miserable human being. Now, I got a story some time ago, and many of you, sometimes I look at some stories, people wonder why they went like that. Do you recall Jason Ari? Do you recall Jamaica? The story of Jason Ari. He was found dead in Jamaica, the Cambridge professor. Former University of Cambridge professor who resigned following claims of plagiarism has been found dead.
Oh my.
Jason Hardy was found unresponsive at an address in Battersea in London on Friday afternoon. The 41-year-old, who became Cambridge youngest black professor in 2022, resigned following a professor of sociology of education last week. It followed reports alleging that he plagiarized his PhD thesis while at Liverpool John Moores University. Other claims also come under scrutiny, including that he ran 600 miles in 6 days and raised millions for charity. A Metropolitan Police spokesman
Hey Reeves, how are you?
was pronounced dead at the scene. His next of kin have been informed and they are being supported.
How are you?
At this time, his death is being targeted as unsuspected, but it's not released to be suspicious. According to the Cambridge biography, Dr. Ireland was assigned with a form of autism that meant he couldn't speak until 11 or read and write until he was age 18. But some who said they attended
What might
school
I say, your sister did I
questioned
call
his
you?
claims, telling me that he was
No.
often fine but not new. His supporters meanwhile said the intense scrutiny
No, I'm not
was
watching, just watching TV.
unfair and dumb
Miss
to raise
Miss
the
Reeves. I
but
listen
Dr.
to a
Hardy's
program
family
that
said
I listen
they are
to.
shocked to
I'm just
observe
trying to let you guys hear something that's happening to the world.
brother, uncle.
And thank you for being so outspoken, okay, sweetheart? I like that.
Much for Jason, who was a gentleman and who always wanted to see everyone. Dr. Hardy got the job at Cambridge, one of the world's most prestigious universities in the United Kingdom. After he went to college, trained as a teacher, and started his academic career. In his resignation letter, he told colleagues, while criticism
Thank you very much, sweetheart. Thanks. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
The relentless accusations, speculations, and public commentary have taken a toll on me and those who I know. For this, his resignation said he was taken.
Trying to see if I can turn on the light. The place is in darkness. The place is dark.
He had been speaking to Dr. Ireland nearly every day.
Come in, guys. The place is dark.
Tried to reassure him that the academic test he thought his life was over. Dr. Richard Mohan leader coverage question whether there was a secret public investigation since Dr. Ireland had resigned. Mighty God.
Later. Nice having you.
Labour MP Bellu Ali told Sky that Dr. Hardy has been a victim of the witch hunt before his death, and people jumped on the bandwagon.
Look up a live, please, guys.
Wow. He's suspected to have committed suicide. And this is another case. Many cases. Interesting times, interesting.
Hey guys,
Interesting times.
how are you doing?
I want to say condolences to Dr. Hardy's family. I don't know him. I don't know who is out there, who is a target of the internet. But I'm saying to you, all tonight.
Hey, how are you? Abatu? Abatu?
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
How are you?
I'm going into the main.
Abatu Yashiha?
Certain parishes
Let me know if that's how you pronounce your name.
across Jamaica are on a water ban.
I was live first.
And the worst thing yet continues. And critically low rainfall is putting a pressure on the country's water supply. No water minister, Matthew Summit, has done tougher fines for what use restriction. Currently, the fine is 1,000 or imprisonment up to 30 days.
Guys,
But he says that
help us before it floods.
of water resources.
Residents beg for help as Sandy Gully crumbles.
St. Catherine. Under the current rules, you are banned from watering gardens, lawns, filling swimming pools, or ponds.
Is it video call?
What's in Gambia?
Mommy, is it video call? You want a video call?
So carry out other activities that consume excessive amount of water.
So what am I doing?
Imagine 5 liters of water. They are paid for because of your name. Yeah, what about you? Some of that's their country. Who don't have hurricanes.
No, look what
My life is perfect. My life is pure.
Matthew Samoda is dead. That he plans to review the law surrounding water.
Okay, you can plug it up on the please. It's burning up.
What's in that? It's not that the bungalow. Now the food business.
What type of school closing again?
Things are working. Things are working.
Mom?
Stop forwarding.
What type of school closing again?
Now, imagine a government is saying that if you want here, if you do this and they find you great, they can't help us. They cannot
It's a new
tell
one.
you.
So it's feast name.
You think that is something?
When I must have the bag, I do.
Booking there.
Yeah.
What you pay for this?
Come, I don't know the live. Nobody know business. Thank you.
You think that is something?
Oh, that time. Yeah, ask how much I pay for it. Right.
You like it?
Yeah.
Nice one. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah,
You think
beautiful.
that is someone that
And Johnny, I think you put a little boy bubble for him, like seriously?
No.
But
Only on the court.
there's can put. What the money can have now? Blue?
Mm-hmm.
Them put them.
Put him on the bag.
But there's not buying. So what is there? We can investigate.
Water ban.
I said, oh, yeah, man. I put it in water and then back. So, one can put that.
And
Found a little body. Down water and dirt and then sit down flat. Pop a little car. Water. The found was in the tide. Yeah. Water. The building collection, Jamaica doesn't have a water problem. It has a district problem. They got to the school and I think I like it. The water will flow and maggot the Cambridge and all of it. That's it in this area. In the country control that work.
And it don't be a step, you know, a step here.
The most of river and water step with a foot stand.
and what's that number?
Foot stand and the step have no water. That's how much you have no water. And the road.
Try somebody else.
But because the government has said there is no reason why the government has not put in the apparatus or the
Better shopping than me.
what am I talking about? They are not
No,
putting
yeah,
it
my
because police want to privatized water.
You can watch that one.
The mother one.
I don't know what about it.
So the government of Jamaica has
I'm going to
to
see.
pay.
What was this? Wait. Yeah, see.
Government of Jamaica has to
Mommy, I can.
worry about what's that? See, a price that Jamaica bought.
Oh, my pants still.
Why would the government of Jamaica?
Woman, something like that.
Mommy, you can just do it out and try.
Why would the government of Jamaica?
You can't wear woman pants, man. You want?
And the
What's
world
that
bank.
there, man?
And
Something what's wrong with you?
because what them do is not tied to water project. Therefore, people
Man can't wear it too.
sorry to the project.
Eh?
Some of them are 2 of them are 3 of them. Are 5 shareholders in that project.
Man can't wear it then, sir.
They don't listen to you.
You never know that is what them do.
Well,
She have the final talk, or she can feel
You
it.
never know that is what them do.
One side close it, man.
That is what they're doing to me.
We never say.
So when they do that, then they invest no more in the water project. It's one of their prime. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if your ears are tiny, or don't be surprised if your ears somebody from the Emirates who have invested in Jamaican water project. You hear what I said? Don't be surprised if your ears are tiny, at least raised, or money from the Emirates
Yeah. Yes, I'm going
Don't be surprised.
in Fairmont.
What is on this TV something?
Damn right.
Boldness as a plan.
No. We have some gem on the top.
Boldness plan, you know,
We have some gem.
is simple. Gentrify the Jamaican. You know what is gentrification? Take them off of the land. Don't give them no house. Many of them become landless,
Yeah, man, just
waterless,
some buckles.
without an education
For drinking.
and without
Don't like, you have someone that come down.
And when we are done with them,
But there's someone that come down.
they will depend on us. We come in like Nicodemus. He will come in like Nicodemus with the knife. And do. But I'm going to show you another complex issue tonight.
Yes.
What am I talking about?
We know the big black drum. No.
You remember that Major General Anthony was elected. Boldness said he never had a car. Boldness said he never had a part in the selection of Major General Anthony Anderson. But I'm going to show you something. Are you okay?
Alright. No, therefore we have finger. Water pressure is low and then like no. Hot taps and still outside
I want to talk to you about Major General.
it come down, but Mr. When
Who is away in Peru? As you might know,
Yes.
Peru was devastated by a catastrophic flood. Still, no, very fast. If Jamaica wants to know how they do it, especially at pressure mount, as you get hurricane, hit community, food, and critical infrastructure back on their feet. They come back down. The farmer comes back full. If the Peru as we speak, looking for the answer. But Jamaicans don't another they need results. The former commissioner, why would God go to Peru study Peru real? What is back? God was they said Jamaica he was the most qualified. They said he was the most competent. Why now Tony needs to go to Peru and taxpayers because study how Peru is covered. Don't think gonna get it again. He said to be the most qualified. He said Jamaica To be the one with the best
No,
qualification for
it's
the
not
job.
going to come down. That I am saying. Suppose it on the third floor.
Why would Tony need to go to Peru
And the water.
when Peru's infrastructure is not as strong as
like,
Jamaica?
and the water pressure is low. So the pressure of the water cannot carry.
Are you aware that the Peru housing hospital is not as superior as the Jamaican housing?
Yes.
So why would
Take it after Portland.
Yes, we
I'm going to
because
say it.
the water
It's the
pressure
chief of
is low.
information aid and information gathered. It's the head of NARA. Here is a phone.
And
Here is nothing. Here is youth. Here is everything that is called. Would one just pick up and say to the computer, show me why the taxpayers needed to pay for money to get the Peru? You can learn about disaster risk management.
Okay, I know.
Peru poorer than Jamaica. Peru infrastructure than you when you get so far for Peru. Remember, you know, Jamaican people always suffering. That GPT could have tell you, oh, help Peru. And I could have tell him, oh, it could have been done in Peru. And keep you the Jamaican version of Portugal. So why would the head of NARA need to go to Peru to go study the Peruvian man, the Peruvian man?
It's nice to find it. Trust me.
Would Tony have been
Yeah,
better
something I get
transferred to China or the United States to get some answers as how they create faster politicians and answer. Why do you have to let Jamaica, Ghana, Peru?
Sometimes you not get to some people from the water.
They are calling the General Administration or back to the hand. They are calling court because that's how we got it on the phone. Tony, the 19 and how are you? Tony! Oh, Tony! What's so special? Oh, Tony! Oh, Tony!
Yes.
Tony, somebody tell you something. Why does Tony need to go to Peru? What is so special about Peru? Remember yesterday? Peru floods all the time. And even when they rebuild, they flood out. Do you understand? Even when they rebuild, them flood out.
Yes.
I am asking again.
But
I am simply asking the Jamaican
we have
people.
that problem. When you could say the government are the case, you know much. I said,
I'm simply asking the Jamaican people tonight again.
exactly. But him said, you know,
I'm going to say to you, for a post like that, that's what Tony got. You needed to go through 3 rounds of interviews to prove your competence. When did Tony get to this interview when he was in Washington?
yes, more might
When did Tony was interviewed? When he was in Washington. And for a job like that, the head of NARA, wouldn't he have to put together a court a document? I'm a Sherry Habari. Not a court,
yes, then you go
a proposal of how he thinks that he carry NARA to a different. So I am asking you to who not to say them and let me say something. Tony Wayne.
I said,
Tony Wayne. When the whole finale gonna go on,
yes.
gonna Cooper State. So none of the bloggers really picked it up and none of us. But I saw the story one other blogger would have carried the story. But no other blogger picked it up to say that Tony gone to Peru, say him about to study. Why would he need to have studied when they said that he was the most qualified? Shouldn't Tony have a plan? Shouldn't Tony have a plan of bringing back the home? Shouldn't Tony have a plan for getting back the school and the hospital? Why does Tony need to go to Peru to go find out how to get Every Tony that I know has been pretty good. Every Tony that I know is not happy. Is either them, you know what? These are the questions the opposition must be asking. If it is that he is the most qualified, why then should we take taxpayers from to send him off
Yes,
to study? To study. Something is on. Something not right. Something is off. And something. Going to say it again. Something is off. Something is off. So are you telling me then that Tony don't have the competencies as Nara director? So he's ongoing on the... Hey! What can go so? You know what is happening?
Outside.
Yes.
It is like Tony doesn't have the requisite skills for this one. But Tony is the most loyal to Prime Minister. So Tony is getting on the job training. Follow! Tony has get on the job training.
Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything.
Yes.
Story come to bomb.
Tony, get in. On the job training.
Prento. Hey.
Not found. If you're not qualified to organize this and that, Tony, I get Tony, I get here, sticky paper. Tony, I get birdie, Tony, I get this, Tony, I get that. Tony is an inexperienced novice when it comes to disaster management. And then Tony, I get the million. We do all disaster.
Ball out! We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift to parliament.
Shift the election.
I remember when we were saying, thank you for the hat, my friend. Me have come right over here. I want to know what you are like tonight. Let me walk back in a while. I look where I am, I can make up all the noise that I want. And nobody did so. Nobody's going to call me because I'm a celebrity here. Now, Tony, you're an apprentice. You are an apprentice. And because you're an apprentice, your master has trained you. Nothing about it. I'm a celebrity. I am respected. They see me as one of Jamaica's. Anyway, but let's get back to the substantive point tonight. Tony is internship in the Tony doing internship. And while doing internship,
Some uprising.
while doing internship,
Yes.
he's sent to Peru. So where is your next trip going?
Island one is good. You don't see us.
Where is your next trip, Tony? Thank you guys.
Yes.
Where is your next trip, Tony? Tony, yeah, right.
Like,
Serving at the whims of the fancies of Andrew. Where is your next? Because if he could study the model in Peru, is he going to study the model next in Nicaragua? Or is he going to study the model next in Panama? But as I speak about Panama,
what those?
Matthew, I want to put up something tonight. I forgot to put it. But I am going to talk to you now. I had to make a liver party that
you must go find somewhere and put the people in.
the security minister. I'm going to go very deep. So I want to go deep. Let us go. Another story that many bloggers have made because it's focusing on Cooper said. While Cooper said is happening, there are major stories that you are passing that you should not pass. Bloggers, look at this.
Now coming like, I'm money more.
See a neighbor right message me and say, oh boy, I told him today that Horace Chapman couldn't travel to the United States. I don't know if you all saw the news where Chapman was meeting with the Secretary of War in the United States. The Secretary of War from the United States. And they signed a partnership. Here it is. Matthew has sent you the picture.
Yes.
They signed a partnership, Jamaica. The Secretary of War says, thanks to the Deputy Prime Minister, Horace Chapman, for reiterating Jamaica's continued support for U.S. military operations and for more counter-drug trafficking. Isn't this coincidental that last week Friday there was a significant drug bust? Last week Friday there was a significant drug bust. There have been several significant drug busts since the start of the year. And here is the Secretary of War commending the Jamaican government for what? Doing more for counter-drug trafficking. It's the same government who authorized a U.S. audit firm to hold the war. But you have some so-called bloggers for the jail running with it.
Bad girl, really.
That Horace Chapman went to the United States. Jamaica, it could have fooled me too. But Horace Chapman was never in the United States when he met with the Secretary of War. You know where he was? You know where he was, Jamaica? Panama. The meeting was in Panama. What can go so? And the KLP operatives
And then
run with a story that Horace Chapman was. It was a meeting with the Secretary of War with several target countries and some American countries. So if Horace Chapman actually entered,
32 million.
he would have been extradited. So when them come with enough food, and there is a particular one we are going to hand out, but it's the defense of and they are going like they are international celebrities. And I don't know what are them kind of with the delusion of grandeur. Say, oh, the security minister went to do it. Let us fact check them tonight. And I guess my sister to come over here with me to fact check them tonight. So the time you see Orange Sam a sign agreement, it was never signed in the United States.
Now which friend? It's all by
Ah, sorry, son. When was the last time you traveled to the United States? Sam working with the US because he's trying to be in the good books of the US. So that one day can get a special waiver visa like that.
oh, no, US I think I want.
Fall out! Whoa, yo, yo, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament.
I wonder if Matthew can find. I wonder if Matthew can find him. Because a lot of you
What day
will be dying when we will be doing flag here. You know that with Kabbalah agreement in other countries, put up the flag behind and people get this start United States sending the
Yes, comrades! Youth and youth! Undecided voters! PNP coming again! So tell your neighbor, tell your friend! Green man arrive like mule! And I take the nation for fall! But we have a new name for him! What the name? Eli! Oh, we can get the Labour pay! The driver across the foot and the country going down the drain!
So I want to get to those state labor rights bloggers to prove to us the itinerary where Orange Strong was in the United States. Oh no, the Orange Strong can't go and say he was in the United States. It can post say he had an agreement with the Secretary of War, but it cannot post that he was in the United States. I say that to say to me, you be a JP blogger with your misinformation, disinformation, or with the credibility. You have a credibility deficit. Let me say it again. All labor rights bloggers have a credibility deficit. He was never in the United States. He went to Panama. So when all of this was in the United States, they created an illusion. Never knew that. He went to Panama. Not
I'm done.
until the labor rights can put the itinerary. And the deputy prime minister's itinerary of things like then we can have a conversation. But I know for sure that this is correct and what is bad. Not even like we can prove to you, Jimmy, where the itinerary is. It was never there. It was in Panama. So, the Labour Party, bloggers and the Jamaica Labour Party have got a quick business. Let me take a commercial break, and when I come back to me, a sister will be joining me, and you and I will hear how we flow on the Cooper Send issue tonight.
Welcome to Goldilocks and Grow. We have a variety of skin and hair products that are 100% natural. Our products are
How much did you pay fee? 4,000? We were looking at the book, you know, but the book no use. And that was like, you know, 3 years ago that, about 3 years ago. About 3 years ago that. It was, yes. Yes. Yeah, man, you write it up. Hey. People are get smart now, man. They made that and do. Now write up. I'm not lying.
Sorry, sorry, my mind.
No, no. Okay, come up with what you say.
No, me, I'll be sorry about mine.
You don't have to come home with the same value, so if anybody will try them on, you understand me, watch them before.
No, I'm lying. Yes, yes. Yeah, man, it's going in. Type if you. Yes, or even as like you that say now, they have a place at the school where you leave the book and you know, they said to the classes, they say, teacher, they have some second-hand book, you know, for the kids want to buy some. Yes, yeah. Do you know what happened? Yes, no, you said me, my child and your child, when you tell the person, then we come fix it. But to, you don't know if pride or what, they like if they at the school or so, they're not going to come fix it. Yes.
I want Matthew to put up the info to prove to you. I want all of you jail people to prove that I'm telling you. Jamaica's Deputy Prime Minister of National Security and National Security, Dr. Wilson, and the Secretary of State, making Panama during the second America's Counter-Cartel Coalition, A3E4, meeting details. Panama event, second America's Counter-Cartel Coalition Forum. Key topics discussed: regional cooperation, counter-drug operations in the Caribbean, and joint efforts to combat narco-terrorism. So you all who running up and down, bring in Margaret coming up here, because she's very good at fact-finding and fact-checking. Good night, my beloved. in a ear. You hear what I said tonight? So when you see all of them running up and all of them running up and down. Fifth element unmute and come on. Fifth element unmute and come on if you can. Unless Panama is in the United States. But Sean can't fly like me and take two planes coming to the United States. Sean, Washington, no, you Washington, no. I beg. Washington, Washington. Washington, no,
Ball out! Whoa, we need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything.
Washington, no. See them have the IP and the people them folks.
Ball out! Whoa, we need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election.
Yes.
Good night. On you. The music. Good night,
For some reason, I am not hearing.
I'm hearing you. You're not hearing me. Take us to that work. Come out and come back in.
And then to the other resort.
You're not hearing me.
Why can I not hear?
Because, rain is the God of it. Yes. Yes. So,
Go back to the camera because remember that to me in Jamaica.
Ball out! Whoa,
Never say it again. The time, the matter.
yes.
Washington, no, the security minister and the deputy prime minister. We can't travel to the United States. Show me a book for it, me a book. I can show you my book. I can show you the money to see. And more visa come. I want to
I hear something, Marsha. When some people listen, I look through your door, I look through your window, and I look out the road. To see her come, we come collect your body early morning. Just get up, wash your face, brush your teeth, bust your door, and tell some neighbor, good morning.
Alright, Matthew, bring back this element and go start the conversation. Are you hearing us now?
Yes, I am definitely here. Good night, Andre. How are you?
I am well. Even I went to the reception of the evening with the African delegation. I'm right here in Washington, D.C. It's not like some government officials that when they need to meet with international partners, they have to go to Panama. I come here and meet with the diplomats and the delegates. Right here because my book stamps and they can come to Washington D.C. I don't know about some other officials. You have any comments on that one beautiful lady?
I was going to say one Andre Panda up.
We have some substantive matters to discuss. Would you agree?
Definitely, I agree.
You and I have been doing further extensive research on the web. The
And it is
web.
a Charlotte's Web.
What is it?
And it is a Charlotte's Web.
Explain to the people tonight what is a Charlotte's
I
Web.
don't want really to
One that
listen.
They're coming back.
Yeah, come out here when they did much
I don't know what is happening with her tonight, but she's coming back.
No, they
Fifth Element, are you there?
come out here.
yes, I am here, but the screen is completely black.
Come on, they come out here.
Probably you mute the camera. You touch the camera. Untouch it and continue.
Okay, so I'm in the, I can see myself, but the main screen is black, so I don't want to keep her see me.
Matthew, put her up and see if you can unmute the I don't know what is happening. On your end, Matthew, can you?
Yes. I'm a father.
Alright, go and talk to Philip. Who would I really want to see your expression?
Okay, so,
Sign out and sign.
okay, okay.
I'm going to repeat tonight to me, and I'm going to start it. Because a lot of you are hearing a lot of stories, and it's just going over and top on you, and you don't understand. But that is why I carry myself and people to come together to do what? Explain the story of what is happening to you all. Last night, I went there. Many of you were like, wow, what is it? And when I did so, everyone back up this morning giving you a version. Durable says that you all have the light of the light. Life of the light is returned. Senna Rose or said something like that. But we're going to have a damn decent show for the next hour. Now, where am I going?
The nearest party can come from South Road.
Where am I going, you may ask? Where am I going? Tonight, Jamaica. I am going to a state that many of you didn't understand exists. Tonight, it's my duty to connect with us. It is my duty to connect with us. And I'm sure Fifth Element, whoever she's at, is listening. Matthew, if you can get Fifth Element to come back on, talk to her or something. But I need her on screen for me and her to guide Jamaica tonight. Fifth Element, you cannot see her speak.
Can you see me now?
Yes, we can see you.
Awesome.
And you're hearing me.
Yes, I'm hearing you clear now.
Oh. Are you ready for me and you to taxi on this issue?
Definitely, I am.
So you said it is a Charlotte's Web. And I will say it is a Tangle's Web. Now, the element we're going to start tonight with
Yes.
with a few things.
I already understand.
We're going to start the conversation about the land.
Yes.
Give Jamaica a synopsis about Orange Grove / Cooper Stadium.
Okay, and that's why I say it is a Charlotte's Web, because the deeper you dig, the more you find, the more that gets unraveled. So, the original owner for Orange Grove is Gilbert Baron Jobson, and he signed an option agreement with a man called Cecil Abraham in 1967. And in November 1967, a company called Falmouth Resource Limited sent over something saying that, actually they filed something saying that they had interest in the property. In 1980, Gilbert Jobson died, but the title was still in his name. December 30th, 1980, the Administrator General, because he died without a will, but he died with 21 children. One was of age, but 20 were minor. That means they were under the age. So at that point, the Administrator General, because he died without a will, the letters of administration were granted to the Administrator General to administer Jobson's estate. Now, no, Jobson had 21 children and 20 were under the age. It was supposed to be in the interest of the children.
Yes.
However, that didn't happen. In 1985, a lawsuit was filed by Oliver Jobson, one of Gilbert's sons, saying that he had purchased the property from his father, Orange Grove, and he is the rightful owner. And this prevented the completion of the proposed transfer, because now Gilbert was already dead to NFR, which is, I'm going to refer to New Falmouth Resorts as NFR, so they can keep up.
NFR, yes.
NFR. And that litigation between Oliver Jobson and NFR continued until 2002. In October 2002, the court determined that Oliver's ownership claim, they had no merit. So guess what happened? In 2004, 2005, the Administrator General, and I told her that when he went to the Supreme Court, he did a ratification, and they did it in ex parte. That means none of the other beneficiaries were present.
Yes.
So he wanted to ratify the earlier sale of Orange Grove to New Falmouth Resorts, which, if you go back to 1967, according to New Falmouth Resorts, they sent a check for £26,900, which there's no evidence that Jobson received it. There's no banking evidence. There's no evidence, period, that he got that money. So I don't know how they were ratifying a sale. But they did anyway, and New Falmouth Resorts ended up with the title. Okay? Now, let's understand something, Jamaica. Before we even got to the Dimitri and everybody, other children that challenged this title that New Falmouth, because now the title is in New Falmouth Resorts. Name. Yeah, New Falmouth Resorts have issues of their own, Jamaica. They were already battling for the ownership of that company, okay? And
So there was a battle while they were trying to acquire the 300 acres of land.
yes.
I want us to get in that battle tonight, you know. You and I going to unravel some rat trap and some
Yes.
holy stuff tonight.
Yes. So,
So, you spoke about the battle.
yes.
In 2001, there was a corporate fight.
Yes, there was.
In suit E254 2001, Henry Chisholm was the applicant and NFR was the first respondent. Correct?
Jesus.
Yes.
John Felon, Frank Felon, Paul Swan, here it is, and BB and D partnership was subsequently identified as what intended respondents.
Respondents, yes.
There was a crucial hearing. Am I correct?
You're correct.
A crucial hearing
Yes,
the 19th and 20th of July in 2001.
For the last
The
time,
Court of Appeal record states Chisholm, you're a lawyer, would you know? But you get ready for set a restaurant then. Chisholm was represented by Norman Right. We counsel. Am I correct?
That's correct.
New Falmouth Resort was represented by a Prince Foster and Miss Camina E. Van, instructed by Clinton Hart and Company.
okay.
And let us know that that is the company that claimed that they had sent a check to Jobson.
In
That there was no record of it.
And then also,
You want me to go further tonight? To go further.
if she have
Do
one,
you want me to carry it further for them?
some illustrations.
They're going to be very, very surprised when they find out what is the status in 2026. Because when you get there, Andre, we have one question that bother me from.
The proceedings resulted in the names of the shareholders being struck off. And hear this, New Falmouth Resort Register and James Henry Chisholm being inserted as holder of 500 all years and a director. So, gentlemen, the court records confirm that in 2001, Jason, through which James Henry Chisholm sought to change the New Falmouth Resort Limited shareholders registrar. Here is who really represents the New Falmouth Resort Limited. It was your present foreign minister. It is your present foreign minister. Oh, who's up out here? It is your present foreign minister. Who represented? Not just here, but he also represented New Falmouth Resort Limited.
Yes.
So on the thing that is CMC that work for? No.
She didn't right there. She was right in front of us.
Was working
Because
for New Falmouth Resort Limited.
Anthony was so good.
I bet they don't know how far this goes.
I'm telling you, it's like the web is so wrapped up, tangled up, and tied up, but it's not in Jesus, it's tied up in a.
Satan.
Probably string and all and something. So
The
we
telling
did
of
that.
Satan. You want here.
One of them little
Right.
yeah, man, see?
And then you
One of
turn
them
on
up to date swing them where you pump and
And then you understand first.
and then we mix
So when the bloggers are saying that
She
Camila was representing
that
me,
said swing thing.
sister, she
No.
was actually representing you, Balmont.
Yes.
Learn different. She was at work on behalf.
Boy, I'll tell you when you pick me, yes, man.
So, explain to you that there was a fight between New Balmont Resort Limited.
Yes.
Camila was representing all of those shareholders.
Money, no.
Peter was represented by the Queen's House.
Yes.
So there was a war in New Balmont Resort Limited.
Yes, there was.
Who then was Camila working for? You want me to tell you who she was working for? Are you aware tonight? You want me to bust it from them?
Bust it, Andre, because I didn't know.
Who remembers the name?
So then they have got things.
You have. You have. Go to them to me and research you have. Are you aware that you have is the brother-in-law of Edward Philip George Young? But you set a rat trap before we talk somebody. But you set a rat trap.
All right. Partner draw. Partner draw. Andre. Set a red cup. Set a red cup. Set a red cup. The 2-foot rat. Set a red trap. Set.
I'm going for that next stop to do. Now, Matthew, find you hard switch up on it. This element, teach them and let them know that you heart recently died. You heart had a funeral in Grand Cayman with all government officials.
Was there.
And you heart was also in Jamaica.
Yeah, I'm sure Jamaica know this enough about you, but I don't know that in Silicas, Uhart was one of the directors.
Uhart was one of the directors in New Balmont Resort Limited going back to 1967.
Yes.
Uhart is an elder within the Jamaican. Not state signal, but he got an official signal. Camina was acting in this case on behalf of the companies that he was representing at the time, the law firm, Hart, and the company.
That's it.
So when Kisam was challenging all of them, Kisam was challenging you hard. So here you are now establishing that there was a fight within a fight.
Within a fight.
The New Balmont Resort Limited. So then, my question is, if you look at New Balmont Resort Limited, and the location of New Balmont Resort Limited, where is it? 5, 7, right. Right beside the Prime Minister's residence.
Interesting.
Right. Explain to them, my darling, where they from.
Okay, so they went to court, okay, Jamaica? There was a battle within that company of who is going to be in charge of that company. And at the end of the day, Chisholm won, okay? He won. So in 2014, the court described Chisholm as NFR's sole owner and chairman and CEO. So he's a one-man show. Okay, Chisholm became a one-man show. And in 2016, the Court of Appeal was even more precise. Chisholm was the sole shareholder, chairman, and chief executive of NPR, while NFR remained the registered owner of Orange Grove land. So Chisholm, sole shareholder, control NFR. NFR owns Orange Grove. So the entity owns Orange Grove. The company owns Orange Grove, and Chisholm is the sole shareholder, CEO, chairman. He's a one-man show. But Chisholm have a lot of problems, people. Okay? Once that happened, Chisholm went to a lot of lawsuits. This is not the only lawsuit Chisholm had, you know. Chisholm is a person will love photos and love suit. Yeah, okay? Chisholm even sued Bank of Jamaica.
Explain the Bank of Jamaica too.
So, in the early 1985, Chisholm and company took Bank of Jamaica to court. And he took Bank of Jamaica to court because he said they had unpaid broker commissions and credit lines and insurance arranged by Chisholm. The defendant claimed foreign sovereign immunity and act of state doctrine. So it was an 8-court complaint. So he take them to court because, according to Chisholm, Bank of Jamaica did not want to pay them commission and credit lines and stuff, like all of the stuff with them. Pretty much Chisholm did some business and was supposed to get money, and Bank of Jamaica didn't want to forward it. I mean, I try to put it in a plain terms.
Yes.
Because they did a lot of real estate. All these people are businessmen. Jobson was a businessman. Abraham was a businessman. He was into real estate. The whole of them. That's why real estate is crime in Jamaica. All of them remember
The same UHAR was tourism in the 1980s.
Okay. You know who else in the tourism ministry got that title? It was like Tova Hamilton.
Is also the state minister for tourism.
Okay. I bet that stated so. And in 2001, Chisholm, that you heard about with the Supreme Court. So they were always in court. But that's not it. In 2023, March 2023, after Chisholm passed away, after he died, Marcia Chisholm and sued Jacqueline Chisholm. So the family started war for the land. War for the company too, because guess what? As of today, the company has no chairman, no shareholders, nobody. Because remember, say Chisholm was a one-man show, and in Donley, there's no. Well, I'm looking up a will, I don't see. So Marcia Chisholm is fighting. She is the sister fighting the grandniece, the great grand and the grand for the stuff, for the company and for the land. So. The claimant is Marcia Chisholm, who's the sister of Chisholm himself. The defendant she's suing is the niece and the grandniece, the great niece. There's June Chisholm and Reed and Jacqueline Chisholm. And the deceased, of course, we know is James Henry Chisholm, and they're fighting for Newfoundland Resorts because Newfoundland Resorts own all that land. So
But the interesting part,
So there's a fight right now over
the interesting part is that Jacqueline Chisholm died. The one, and then there is a court date set also for December, where the same season, we're going to have a big fight of who gets the land. So my question is tonight, if everybody there who have right to the land, who gave the order to demolish? I don't
Okay, that is the same question me have, Andre, because right now they're talking about Farm Limited is inactive. So here we have an inactive company, no owners, no shareholders, no CEO,
nobody paying the taxes.
Exactly. Farm Limited technically, yes, them still own the land, but Farm Limited is fictitious on paper. It's just an entity on paper. You have to have a representative. There is no representative, so who gave the order?
And then with the company about to be dissolved now.
Alright.
What that mean?
Okay, that means the company the land is gonna go over to the government.
But can the government get the land knowing that there is an ongoing?
You know, the government, them still have a court case going on. I must solve that.
Alright.
But they say they gave them up to 20. So once they can find a representative for New Falmouth and the person can pay the taxes and resolve everything and they rent back New Falmouth, then them can have possession of all of the estates and everything like that. But as of now, there's a war in the family itself. Nobody, because remember, he died as the one-man show. The chairman, the CEO, the shareholder, everybody. Am I everybody? Am I the board of directors? Am I everybody? Am I the one meeting and one head? Pretty much one-man show. And when he died,
I want to ask you, do you think so? Looking at the history of the citizen, James Citizen, was he ever in Wales? Because I'm not signing it. I'm talking this person, I cannot stand it. Or was James Citizen just the face of a shell company?
they didn't hear. Say that again.
When you were researching like I have, yes, I am not vocal where James Citizen had good rest. So where did he get all of that money from?
Oh, that is a good question. That is a very good question. Because if you really go back into the history of the land, like I said, James Johnson didn't sign an agreement with Chisholm or even Falmouth Resorts Limited. It was signed with Abraham, Cecil Abraham. So there's still a missing link between Cecil Abraham and Falmouth Resorts because we cannot make a connection between the two. There's still no connection between the two enough. So I still have questions as to how them end up with paper saying that they was buying land. But there was never an agreement for the land to be sold to them.
But I am also researching. Did you research to find out? I am getting into a piece of research to show that Jobson owed money on the land. Did you ever book up that in your research? Where
That Johnson did what?
owed money on the land?
Yes.
Let me see. No, I never book up that number. Let me Johnson owed money on the land.
I'm going to get to some. I'm going to say something.
Yes, Seneca. I never see where Jackson, because he died in 1980. And I didn't see where they said he owed on the land.
Or he owed a debt of about 50 million.
Oh.
Let me find this one.
Was that, who came up with that? Was that after he died? Was that from the, but he was a businessman. I remember that Jackson also had a property in Kingston. He had a property in Redelsworth too that I think he sold. Because he lived in Kingston. He never lived in a Trelawney. At Kingston he lived. Redelsworth, him addressed it somewhere at Redelsworth, all of them lived, even Abraham. And he had a company, he had another company too. That I was pulling up some information. This thing is so deep, Jamaica. You know, just simple source of stuff.
I'm going to get to that one.
Yeah, because no one said the money went over, but and who him owe to? Because if him owe money, then that estate should have been administrated properly. So it should have been done to pay about the money first before them give up the land in ratification to New Falmouth. And not even consider the children there.
I'm going to find it and send it to you and let us research it some. I
am going to dig. Let me dig.
We're not going to put on that tonight, but there's something else that we're going to focus on. Alright? I think okay. And you and I will research together and put forth at the right time. But you realize, I don't know if you realize, with all the mess that has been created, I don't think anybody could come forward now to say that they are the owners of the land.
Yeah, then how is that? How are they going to come forward? How are they going to come forward? Look at this Charlotte West.
Yes, about history, but come on back.
Johnson died, left 21 children. Administrator General was supposed to administrate on behalf of them. He never received the check that the company, that the Hart company, the same company with the same man, Hugh Hart, claimed they sent 2 years later in 69, they claimed they had sent a check for £26,900. However, the option agreement between Johnson and Abraham said they had 60 days. So that alone raised concerns and questions. Then in 1973, they lodged a caveat. Some New Falmouth resorts lodged a caveat because they were formed after the agreement was signed, and the law at the time says you cannot enter into agreement as a company if you're not incorporated at the time of the agreement. At the time of the agreement, New Falmouth resorts did not exist. So that's a whole lot of Charlotte's Web in itself. And then you fast forward to even up until 2004, the title was still in Jobson's name. And in 1980, when he died, the title was still in his name. And then New Falmouth was fighting within New Falmouth with the shareholders to control all of that. Because according to Chisholm, he was the rightful chairman, not Fennon. So they went to court and they've been in court warring. Then he won the court case and got the Falmouth Resort and got the land because the Administrator General went to the Supreme Court without the beneficiaries, did an ex parte to ratify the sale that nobody can prove. Even the Administrator General admitted in court documents in evidence that they went independently, looked for evidence that the money was paid to Jobson, that the sale was conducted and they could not find evidence. It is in the court document. So that alone should have stopped that transaction. But it went through for some reason and New Falmouth got the land. Chisholm won the case. He became Lord and Heir, sold everything. He became chairman, CEO, 100% shareholder, everything. He became a one-man show, Jamaica. Then he died. Then the people started fighting. And then it's so much because even the Jamaican government had intervened in 2009, 12 or 19 to say, put an injunction to stop any the demolition that they had gotten in 2010. And so Chisholm died. So if you look at the timeline, stuff is not really making sense. Chisholm died, a one-man show. Think about you owning a company.
Yes.
And you're the only person that has say so in that company. And you died, you didn't leave a will. And now your family's fighting over the company. The company is now inactive and you don't have any representative. How can you say, okay, this never run out? So who is now demolishing and taking people off land? Because there's no physical representation. A company is just an entity, a piece of paper. Paper can't demolish. Paper can't bulldoze. Paper can't go take people off of land. Somebody has to represent the paper.
So we are asking tonight again. I am asking, is it the dead man Chisholm who ordered the demolition of the company? I'm going to ask again.
or is it that law firm, Hurt, what do they call them, the Hurt law firm?
Hart.
The Hart, is it the Hart law firm that took it upon themselves to go ahead?
Yes.
Because who else has interest in this property that we don't know about? That is another question. Because Andre raised many questions. Who else besides the children that are fighting? So there's a case with the children that are still open in the court because they must fight. As a matter of fact, the son that they said had no merit was made administrator of the estate. So how is the administrator of the estate and you father must own the estate? Make it make sense. Something is not adding up.
Sometimes you can see the red flags.
I'm going to ask again. We're about to reach very far and we're going to start this program. It's either Ducky, it's either the liar them. Remember, I made a typical point yesterday when a caller reached out to me and said exactly what died. Some people came to her, judges and lawyers, seeking her to sign some documents in a confused state. What was it that was requested of Jacqueline to sign over? Isn't that a serious question? What did Jacqueline sign over? And then the second question is, and then they ask,
Stop it.
when you want us to ask the question, are you there? Please tell me.
No, I'm here.
So I am asking again, what was Jacqueline asked to sign over?
Oh, you talking about Jacqueline Chisholm?
Yes,
Sister, or the that's the grandniece.
she was the long-standing secretary,
Yes.
and she died.
And she's
after
the
passing.
grandniece. So the sister wants her to give over the estate.
No, sir.
So let me go now at the latest chronology of this. Much can't put up funny.
Marcia is the sister and she's asking them to give them, the matter is still before the court, but they're asking them to give up, it's a dispute over the estate of her brother, and she wants ownership of the shares in NFR and other assets. So she's seeking a greater share of the estate. So she wants that from the grandniece, Jacqueline. So that's why Marcia said, she wants control the company pretty much.
But here is the part that is interesting, right? The 10th of July, an application for declaration was asked. The 22nd of November 2023, the application of declaration and the first hearing. The 29th of April 2024, the application for declaration. That was where Pauline M. Rose and Livingston Alexander and legal had representation. You understand? The application to revoke grants of progress application to appoint expert witness. So there was a witness that they wanted in February 17, 2025. Here the other part. Application to manage appeal. So this was Carol Davis representing Sitter versus Livingston Alexander and Levy. Jacqueline died April 2026. Right? She died as a long-standing secretary of the Municipal Resort. She died in Florida after a battle with her cancer. Then on the 19th, that is a very important one, I want you to mark down that. In the estate of James Henry Chisholm, it's probably them at 5 people at 11 a.m., 30 minutes later, in Chamber by video conference, Justice S1 Small was the judge there. Carol Davidson was defending the Chisholm and Livingston Alexander Lee was defended. Someone. Hear this part. The outcome of the hearing was not published in the court. So although nobody don't know who Livingston Alexander and Lee are. That Jamaica is the baptist. Livingston Alexander Lee is the one representing someone seeking to become the personal representative. And I said, so, my friend,
I saw it go for true.
but I want to say to somebody who knows about litigation exercise and court, isn't it interesting that this court is going so far? You know, realize that, you're telling me, all the time, courts in Jamaica have 6 months, 8 months. Oh,
10 years, 20 years.
8 years, 5 years. Oh, come that case can run so expeditiously.
The people
Normally the next hearing takes 4 to 6 months. Oh,
Yes.
come that case can run so quick.
that run too quick.
I am finding out tonight, and I'm going to find out who Livingston Alexander can represent. They must represent somebody.
Yes. When they got that.
And as a matter of fact, Jacqueline Chisholm was not the sister or whatever. She was the
She was the
daughter.
granny.
No, I have been told she was the daughter who was very active in the business.
Oh.
June is the next daughter who lives in Florida and has 2 daughters including. So Amarcia and we are war. Jacqueline.
Boy. That the fuck.
So me I go back to the substantive argument. I'm going to ask Victor, I'm going to ask you tonight. It couldn't be nobody ordinary who gave that instruction.
No, it could not.
Is there a concern?
It couldn't be anybody simple.
No.
That instruction.
Nobody.
It could not.
Let me tell you, I'm going to swine down. It's either a politician and I couldn't remember the opposition. It must have been a government member. Or a business tycoon who can take up their phone and tell police to do that to me. As a matter of fact, I am being told, and I'm going to say reckoning. Are you aware that after the police carried out the demonstration, all of the police went to the hotel across the road to have breakfast in the morning?
Oh my goodness. No heart.
And
And then they said they came from Kingston because one of the residents verified that they came from Kingston.
So I'm going to say it again. The police who went on the scene to demolish the house, including those who were at the football, after they were seen, they went to the hospital to have breakfast.
Yes. She's not going nowhere. She's perfectly predictable.
We have never seen this in Jamaica, where it's high-level orchestrated demolition has ever occurred. To the point where the police leave the scene of the demolition to go have breakfast with the police. So, who arranged for the police to have breakfast?
A hotel.
Whose hotel did the police go and have breakfast? Who gave the hotel those lands that they are on? Who did the hotel pay to get those lands?
Because they can't find no evidence.
People are saying this is an ordinary matter.
It is not an ordinary matter. It's far from ordinary. Unless the somebody comes down and I say you one piece of land and somebody comes squat for it, so you go get one order and come get for police and take them off. It's not as simple as that. This thing is so wrapped up in all different kinds of ways. And it's too many missing pieces, too many disconnections, too many missing evidence. How do you get property without proof of payment? And the last time I checked, they said that New Farm Resource actually got a possessory license, a possessory title. So that alone sends a lot of red flags up in the air. You get a possessory title, but you're claiming that you paid for the land.
I hope a lot of people are seeing through this. I'm getting some breaking news tonight. I want you to all listen to this now. So, I am going to say just this. Hello, good night.
Because he was so in love.
I am well informed. What you said to me now? Yes. You want to ask who?
Even though there was no demolition order, and there was also a payment that was still in place which said that it would proceed. And today, we want to keep at that. Yes. That children, right? A children can run. Can run in that. A children run with the registered title, which is what in the hands of the register, anyway. Right? I request for Cater to be listened. Rather than the Ministry of Housing was the ministry that they requested the Cater, so it would require that they send something to register a title.
Yes.
So if you look at the system should have evidence that the Ministry of Housing will register after the Cater to be open. I think what is missing a lot of people is the time frame that you have to wait. They are 14 days wait for the Cater. So they know when it's not the moment, but we have to pay for the application to be approved by the Ministry of Housing. So what they did was preempting what the court was preempting what the register was going to do, because they don't know that it's still a make it clear about that. That's one. But the first time I have that question was the court. And you said in a chat yesterday, and I'm going to stick to that, that we are going to focus on this and we're going to be doing some deep research so that the people would understand the tide. And you have shown the tide. You have shown how deep this runs. I want to ask Andrew this.
Yes.
Instead, that is not a state sanction. But from my sources, and I'm telling Professor, these are sources very close to the HLP. And I will never come here unless I can substantiate what I said. Running of the demolition.
Yes.
We would like police officers in that time of the demolition, and as you identified, and the chief resident as well as the work done from Kingston.
Yes.
Can they deny or confirm that 2 post offices of 20 men per each post arrived in a Cooper's bed on the morning of demolition of exercise, and that came from within the community of Toba in the Bannister's constituency?
What you say?
Can they deny or confirm that it's the police? But as the citizens, because the citizens did not penalize these men, they said if it was even a boot from within St. Charles or even St. Mary, they would have known them, because a lot of the St. Mary St. Charles people work in Chilani and vice versa. They were closely clashes. Yeah? So they said they didn't recognize them, and in fact they had an accent. That's one thing, remember, even though it's a
Mm.
So do you recognize that there is not fun with it? With it, the street fashion. So can the prime minister deny, or within the police deny and confirm that when they arrived for the demolition exercise, that 40 minutes, each of them pulling in two postal buses, one said 20 and the other said 20, arrived at in the constituent. In fact, I am told they got there from 2 a.m. And the reason for them coming early was they did not want anybody to see them or feel them.
So you're saying outside of Area 1, within the Prime Minister's constituency, there were police that were deployed from there to come to Trinidad.
Criminals.
Criminals. So you're saying that men from Toa Hill were brought to the sea. So what they came there to do? To be used as brute force?
That is why the police proposed just to remove the men and we can ensure that the electricity is the proceeding while they were doing what they're doing. So nobody could see them if the talk and the people recognize that they were not from there.
So
And they
where
were
them
not
survive
from
that?
there, they were not from Trinidad, as I state here.
Oh, are you talking about those men that were in court?
Here,
The orange and the green court?
Mr. Chisholm, Mr. Chisholm, the man named Jobs now.
So you're saying that
right?
those men are
The man
not from
they left
Area,
21
man?
people, right? When the
They are not
the
from
picture
there,
of
they are
Andrew,
just
when the man
in
they
that's
never
why
left no
they
way.
took the chance to help them remove them.
But whatever. Your phone is
And in fact, the equipment, I want to ask the Prime Minister where the equipment comes. The police officers, this was equipment, because they would know.
She never left no way.
And if you deeply,
You know,
the
some
equipment has some ties to do with it.
and so that when they abandon them, have them in a court,
You remember the chairman of a business partner?
So,
The PM has a
the final, well,
Mhm.
Mr. Chisholm, one next month,
That
the
is
village
influence
will have the land claim say.
So where you saying that the structures and all that
He
was
will
going
buy
to
the land back from
I am telling you that
Mr. Jobs. Anyway,
anybody with the, I am
but whatever I have is a whole of the land as well, okay, it's starting 26, 26.
and I am doing the
Your
last
daughter are in life, when your daughter in life, of the secretary.
Look at that truck.
When she died, no. She died this year, the 20th April last year, she died, no one could lie. But she died this year. Right? If she died this year, hotel is inactive, the claims are the hotel.
So who is this trusted friend that have excavated bulldozers and
The hotel for the demolition order, when the Persian woman said,
Actually,
and I give it order,
and it is right back to the foundation. This is where
so I said, Angie must have to don't be dead. Because
positive
the order
foundation?
when she dead.
Boy, no, me I don't tonight.
The person who did visit her and she did the bar was Angie Owens and everything was neighbor.
people need to understand
And the bonus is
that
that
this
And
and
the
this store, this is
Florida.
which sits down here. Yeah?
Made upon the
This is one of the rest of it, remember that this is behind where they did the demolition.
should I just say the year that the black one there fitting the government cancer the financial.
what the neighbor said is
Behind the hotel.
George come up there.
Yeah.
Everyone is behind here.
And then she said the woman was so confused. And I found out
And as a good professor, we are all the connect the dots. The Prime Minister was told us to do a made a trip to Cayman. Yes?
And there are pictures to show that they were there.
Which year did
There are girls and him have evidence.
That is a very ability in 2023.
Pictures was there, so then him and his wife visited one.
And if
Them
you went
cancer alive.
to Canada, I went to Cayman last year,
The person, beg Andre, if you know, call.
Mr. Hart, we now-
But pictures the Andre not showing us. If you have evidence. And so that's something else you have to think about. And one the people then to come to the front of the class.
And if I'm going to take something, and I would know that gentleman was involved, I think I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that I am close so that we can get the time that we want to do, which is the last one we get. That's why
You can't come from another opposition.
it's from the council
Another opposition not have that power.
to say that they were doing the demolition. What do you think they're doing? Are we a company to do an illegal demolition?
You don't have that.
Expose them so that but they have the stupid, they didn't realize that they were that created people to start to dig.
And then
So that's the professor. All I have to say, keep on doing the hard work and we are going to remove us as you heard.
Right?
one
In
man.
relation to this. We're doing the part of the
And
right
the
here.
KSCC
Right.
and Paris Council.
Criminals.
Yeah.
Everybody stop.
Yeah.
Just tell
Anything
me
that
what's
have to
the
do
part.
with the land,
That is
it
what
has to do with Paris Council and Bob Manticool. You understand me? Who oversee them? Who oversee the superior for the police and them people like? No Orius Sean
And the commissioner of police.
and the commissioner of police.
And the
But
Prime
when police
Minister
you
has
take a nice commission and say
installed
there
the
no police
Thriller.
can go oversee nothing without the governor, without the team and then 4 persons sign.
One
Sign
governor
off.
general,
One governor general to sign off, the prime minister,
Prime Minister,
and the land
yes.
agency and the
and
commissioner.
the commissioner. Them
More
have
than one
to
different person himself to sign up. You can't just end up on just one boy out in there. It's more
I am
than
asking
anything
the
else
Chief
tell the
Justice
helicopter. And there was helicopter there.
to get on
People
the
out
case.
on them phone.
all of
Helicopter
them
was
something they
there.
do on and
I am asking the office of the public defender
You know, them beat underneath a post house
to
and
get on this case.
just feel like so well. Them like just demolish like how them demolish other people places and then thing.
I don't look long.
It is just slide. Yes, it'll get
I know exactly what
and
is
then
what
everybody
is
know I try to back out like say they don't know nothing
a
about
lot
it.
of you don't understand it.
But this just sound some bizarre. People they are ask
Before I go,
question, who give the order?
all I need
And nobody can talk nothing. That must just not sound right.
for the children. If you can help the
Who
children
didn't
as
give the
well,
order? Nobody can tell.
I need
Say
at
I tell me
least
say some overseas people
5,000
come
hours
from overseas
between now
come just come
and the
say no,
20th.
here what we're gonna demolish them places
we're
here.
at
You
18,000.
understand me?
We're going to find
And
a way
yet
to
still,
get
it still have to go
these
through a
children,
court.
children
Which court it go through?
that we need to give back to school
It
assistance.
can't go through a waiting in the court.
And
A
I
waiting
shall
in the
go
Supreme
as
Court
well.
anyway. It's either the Pretty Council, which are
It's
England,
going to be done.
or the Supreme Court in
I
Jamaica.
want it from
You understand me?
I
And
want
if
it
it
done.
go through the Pretty Council, it
Fifth
must,
Element
it'll come
and
out
production
some
team.
public way. You understand
We
me?
came here to know.
Because see me cartel case, it come out public. You understand? When they go to the
I
Pretty
want to
Council,
thank all of you
something
who
not
came
right.
here to know.
Something else not right.
I hope you all enjoyed this
Big money run, you know. Big money run.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
money run.
It's a win, it's a Charlotte.
You understand me? Big money
I'm
run.
sure you will
To mash up people like.
until
money
then,
run.
Jamaica.
And then something I just a show them
Until
up
then.
more. Just show them up so much more.
10 years, you say. 10 long years and look how Jamaica stay. No light, no road, no food, pan we people are suffer while Andrew live great. You stand up on the platform, smile wide and proud. Tell me about prosperity, but we can't see it all now. Hurricane come through, and let the people be here. jungle, you can have the clean biggest actor in the politics. We ever see that. The people. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know, you're us. We are not on the door. From Kingston to wherever the people say so. We tired, we done with the show. Farmer can't afford to plant food, price reach the sky. You bring in the poverty while you want people cry. We born and we poor and we bleed for this land. But Andrew, I did a poor extended man. You talk about vision, you talk about plan. But 10 years later, we still can't understand. Corruption report not done, nobody's hard. People from you small, but this scandal them large. Coverage calls to the country, suffocate, and I need to smoke. And when we raise the voice of all, what it takes all to be true is that on the guy for the over there. The government. On the line, you're the guy for the move tiny business of the Hurricane victims still under tarpaulin. Prime ministers like on foreign. They are big country, but the people come in empty. Oh, yeah, live so large, we live in so scanty. Not with this, not with fire, but with fire them. Rising another. From every parish, every yard, every gate. Jamaica speaking and I know to only a time. Fighting all the people. We said no, 10 years and we can't take no more, you know, hear us. We are not funny, no. From Kingston to every people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show.
One church is only one on Jamaica, right? We have a church on the land, right? We move the church, we have drive on the road to the side. People don't forget. Yeah, so we shut down some different you know, is it up? Jamaica, you understand me? I say, yo, we don't control a piece of land. And the people have fence around the rest of the acre land. You understand me? So, you know that little case, them they kind of look fear. Them know them just go around and lick up everybody piece of place. We don't want everything. We don't want the resort and we want the land.
It's a prime land, man, a prime land.
Yes, a prime land. You understand me? And then see investment can go on upon it, you know. Mine shall pick 2 a year, so it's either Juliet hold this, Andrew hold this money. Them come from invest tonight. Because remember, so the primary one of feet dead.
But because the primary one on the first sheet, then the alternative for 2 days.
Something go on near the end, bro. Something go on.
And then there's something right.
Something go on because if the new person left on them dead, I want to find through myself all the way up there. With die and all type of something. That means there's something that must go on with it.
Yeah, of course.
Something that must go on there, so.
Something go on, yes. Something go on, yes.
All of them mind, them things that keep like
No, them things that don't make them like that. You have no sense. Yeah, you want to hear?
Hey?
You want to hear?
You don't want them. So you can just smooth it out fast enough. People them business.
All right, stay the scene. Okay?
People ask questions and nobody can give no answer. None of the bigger is there. Nobody can say,
Nobody cover him out.
everybody just a hold them out. And people face lick down.
Cover up at one. Or something, right? Something right there.
Well, since nobody can give no weight in there, no answer.
Yeah.
All of them people who were involved in a little down them place them for arrest and charge them. And that is reached up. You understand me? Then if that means someone do it illegal.
So who can name the pandit, who give the order? Who can name the pandit? The order for the case to check out. With that.
Let's say everybody are covered.
No, if everybody are covered. All who was there were involved in a lick down and tear down place. One of the seize them equipment and arrest and charge them. And then when they go to them. And then they see if the people start off.
Right.
Putting the right hands up. Putting the right.
This just show you say Jamaica is just a one-sided power and government. You understand? One-sided. People can just make any form of decision when they want to. They feel like they're in a power and they get it.
I'm just trying to know where's my uncle.
My sister said,
I feel Andre, I didn't say no more if you cut it. You know somebody when I can person in my life. Grandma said somebody said that today, said go and make me the man. A government officer. No, the one. So today when there's some end up I take the food from you and come to the care car to what me people are here.
Logically, if you're the person who owns who died, and then they let them beneficiary, right? And they let them people. You think that they won't overcome. No most the government.
Then which government?
Eh? Which government? Somebody is in a government and who in a power.
Is that UK wow?
Andre don't know who you know, but she in love mix up and love chat and want.
I'm not dry.
And a drought.
I'm not saying no, I'm not dry out. Him know. I'm tell you same no. I'm going to do my dry out to like what the one member of parliament deny something and Andre didn't know say I'm going to go until the member of parliament come out and say yes, I believe. You know that Andre tell me say one man here week here by me, one man Monday I take the money until now in the come in the pan never started in the come go pan Andre and talk and say I want to know if I'm here alone as I said that money something right believe. When we look, let's start at about a month go in the come in pan him say things in account them need to know I come money. One of them people them who in charge of the tax but in charge of money where you force it. Your money, yeah. Your tax now match the amount of money you have. And then they come like jobs or drugs there, mistake me. And then they come and say, they now own that and them commissioner, some integrity commission. Yeah, integrity commission. They must say, in need, the amount of money we accumulate up, it now match up with the business they have. 400 million or something like that, something like that money. Something like that amount. So I must say it now match up.
When my second did the picture done.
This is gone.
Yeah, and then, yeah.
And some money down there.
Yeah. This is not problem. This is gone.
And then when you were from the John.
And people might say you take on cartel too.
You see a man after me pa phone up back. Any day you no see my sick a chop. You know what you watch bars of fire.
What's been the reaction?
You know the reaction I go in any time you enter any war you have two sides. But what people have to understand, you know, and this is the first time I just said this, it's not really take on cartel. So if we'll put it in this way and in clear so people can understand. Remember, you know, if somebody over your house see my son and fling a stone and he think, oh, me grew up in the ghetto, everybody over the house now become an enemy to me. Because if me come now and me say, alright, what happened? And it can't settle, that means everybody wicked. So when Leroy made the attempt at my career, and you know, because we lyrics them and things. So when you do this, actually, as somebody who me know, then I mean, I've been speaking to him for a while, but as somebody who me know, good. So when you make it, and what happened was, you know, remember me and Vybz Kartel cool. We are not friends. We has never been friends. And that most people don't understand. We probably talk twice in our entire life. So TJ, I'm a friend. So me and Kartel is not like we have a relationship or nothing like that. You know what I mean? I'm an artist, like a Bunty, I'm an artist, I'm a great musician. So when you do that now, when Kartel incarcerated TJ in my old album, I people and say, record, because TJ I'm a G. His son, he might keep a birthday party for his son when I'm also in contact and I say, you know, say, Kartel keep a party with a local real show. I'm go, no, for that charge, no, nothing. Then time they mean I'm a crime, I'm a character, I'm just go around there and show the love. So when I see them start the animosity now, you know what I mean? And I say, alright then, go and watch it. But then we see his life, he must support it. You know what I mean? Kartel a support Leroy. So now man, when you support Leroy, that means you know, you have to go at everybody because you can't support your music with just the show and Leroy and this song I like it on Instagram. No man, you have to straighten up that man. So I'm music man and the competition you need it, you know what I mean? So we have to stand the ground, we have to make people know say, I know it's our time man.
You haven't got any negative pushback since then?
No.
Anything you would say would affect your career?
And to tell you the truth, my career I'm growing tremendously from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You take on the whole of yourself.
Yeah man.
And people.
Dirty put Shana chin a contact.
That's the point here.
What is happening here is not about politics. Stop the foolishness. Everybody needs to come together now and help the people. You have a dead mother and a poor section and a poor child place in a that fast one. You know, she know we need to live now. So we need both JC and PNP to come together and find a solution for these people. Stop the nonsense. That's all on social media talking about JC and PNP. Stop it! Nonsense! They still want that to be repeated in Jamaica.
Holy Ghost fire.